Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ Marino and we have a new review today. I'm going to be jumping into the new gay romantic comedy. Yeah, we're talking about Fire Island. Hi, hello, excuse me, director Andrew Ahn. If you're watching this video, I deserve some money for making me cry during this movie twice. Actually, I saw the movie twice, so I cried about 4 times. I was not expecting Fire Island to hit me as hard as it did. Usually, LGBT films aren't usually my niche. I'm in the community, but I don't really feel the need to watch these kind of movies. I can feel the touching romance from all types of stuff. I'm pretty open-minded. But boy, I don't know if I was just in the right mood for this, or if the movie is just that damn heartbreaking at times, but I really liked Fire Island. This had a lot to enjoy. Is it perfect? No, we'll talk about some things I have negative-wise, but for the most part, this is a strong outing for director Andrew Ahn, for Joel Kim Booster, for Bowen Yang, for everyone involved in the making of this movie. I have to say, round of applause to you guys. This is an authentic, a hard-hitting, a very funny movie as well. This has all those little elements to really make it a standout romantic comedy. I can only imagine that there is going to be some 16, 17, 18-year-old gay kid who sees this movie and now he wants to trip to Fire Island. He wants to find his perfect Mr. Darcy knockoff. Yeah, I can see this movie really hitting a lot of people hard. Hell, it hit me hard and I'm like a jaded 30-year-old gay. I cannot believe this movie was as empowering as it was as well. To see a predominantly Asian cast, to see a predominantly person of color cast. This movie has Asian people, black folks, like a spattering of white people, a little bit of Spanish people. Everyone is represented here and we're all having a good time. It feels like a true to life gay film that isn't trying to pander too hard to the straight audience to bring them in, but it's also not trying to like sell the gay community in any other way than what it is. I really am impressed with a lot of things about this movie, especially the romances, multiple in this movie. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into the rest of this review. In Fire Island, we have Joel Kim Booster, who also writes the film, starring as Noah. He's going to Fire Island with his best friend Howie and their group of friends. They are going to Fire Island, which if you don't know, it's an island in the New York area that is very friendly to the LGBTQ community, and basically once a year, the gay community goes out and has a damn good time there. So in their yearly pilgrimage to Fire Island, the crew's like in a weird spot. This could be one of their last times going to Fire Island. This is also a weird transitional period for a lot of them of like, what the hell are we gonna do? Some are looking for love, some are very against love. And that's when the romance starts happening. This is very inspired by Pride and Prejudice. I love that Jane Austen book. I love that we're bringing back the 90s when Jane Austen and Shakespeare stuff was adapted. Love that. I mean, things like Cruel Intentions. We have like, oh my god, 10 Things I Hate About You, She's All That. All these like very classic stories that were brought into the modern era. I love that, and I think they do that very well here. So we're watching basically like Noah and Howie fall in love, fall out of love, fall into beefs with themselves. Like, this is just that typical plot. You've seen one rom-com, you've seen them all. This isn't a groundbreaking story, but there is a lot in here that feels different. It feels very authentic, especially to the gay Asian experience. As a Spanish man within the community, it's not always nice. If you are not the exact stereotype of what you need to be, like 5'11", white dude with abs, it's hard for some of us out here. It's hard for everyone. It's the gay community. It's all a bit harder, and they really don't shy away from that. We're seeing Noah and Howie try to navigate some bitchy gays, trying to navigate their own internalized issues that comes with years of having drama with love and relationships. There's a lot in here that really does do a good job of making this feel real. Joel Kim Booster's script is pretty strong. There is some cliches we'll talk about in the next section that I feel that isn't the best, but those kind of need to be there at times. But overall, I thought the script was tight. It needed to get what it needed to do. There was multiple love stories, and director Andrew Ahn really brings to life Joel Kim Booster's script. Honestly, these two I would like to see more of in the future. They seem to speak each other's cinematic language, and that is so important. People don't realize how much you need a writer and director to be on the same page and these people seem like they directly knew what they wanted and delivered a fairly good product. Now, one of the only negatives I have, and this is a very specific niche negative, this sometimes feels a bit gay 101. Like, this is definitely trying to usher in like, oh hey, if you aren't familiar with the community, we'll take some time to explain some things. As a gay man, it definitely felt like, okay, can we skip the like, let's give a history lesson? It feels a little Will and Grace at times when it's just like, okay, I know that there's gonna be straight people watching this, but we don't need to sit and pad them through everything. Let's just get into it. And then there's stuff that I'm like, oh, we're talking about this, this, and this. We're showing that, that, and that. So yeah, I do think it does feel a bit simplistically gay at times. Then at times it feels very advanced gay. So I'm a bit torn on that. I also do think it feels a bit like an episode of Broad City, like an extended episode. The banter between the best friends is great, much like Broad City, but it definitely hits some sitcom level plot points. It definitely kind of drags itself just a little bit. I like the movie. I think the pacing is really well. I don't want to like leave the movie, but I definitely felt at one time that I was just like, all right, I kind of know where this is ending. Can we start getting there a bit quicker? It's the problem with rom-coms. It's a problem with very standard, tropey kind of movies. You know where they're going to go. You know, oh, the third act best friend fight. Oh, they're going to make up right now. You know these things. So you start going, okay, can we get there? But that's just odd for me because I wanted this movie to change that, but at the same time, gay people deserve tropey, cliched rom-coms just like everyone else. If we could still keep doing J-Lo movies where she marries some white dude, we can do one gay rom-com that feels very cliched. So I'm a bit hit or miss. There's times that I want this movie to be a bit more advanced, break some tropes, do some different things, but at the same time, I appreciate it for what it is. So this isn't anything I would knock it down for points wise, but it's definitely something I had to note. It's like the jokes, like, oh, I smell some bottoms. You know, the kind of jokes, you can be into it, though there is some pretty good ones that I'm like, oh, we're doing specific gay jokes. Again, it's a hit or miss. It's a good and a negative, but overall, I just love this movie a lot. With really strong actors like Bowen Yang and Joel Kim Booster, Margaret Cho, and even Conrad Ricamora, I believe his name is. He was in like How to Get Away with Murder. All of these actors really help elevate this script. This could have been the most bland, generic thing, but good actors and a good director can make anything feel enjoyable, and that's how I felt about this. What did you guys think of Fire Island? What did you think of my review? You have to check this movie out. Like, it's going to be on Hulu. It's a movie I watched twice in one night, so I definitely think it is worth it for a lot of people. I can see this really touching some people. I can feel some people being heartbroken by what is depicted and what is said. It's a really real movie, and I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. What did you guys think of it? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week. All right, everyone, let's talk about Fire Island down below.